It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, with this Chick-fil-A lemonade today. We'll give them a free plug because I left it in the shot there. Getting ready for the show here this morning. We'll see here. My desk is a mess here, folks. We'll see here. I got a text. It's 7:43 this morning. And that text said, going to be cutting it close. It's 8:03 right now. Are we taking bets here? Did he leave late? Did he have a hard time getting his golf clubs in the back of his car today? Did he have to stop for gas? What does he mean running late? Cutting it close. That's the question. We'll ask him when he gets here as well. Of course, we're talking about 17-year NFL veteran Del Hellestrae. 7:43, he said cutting it close. That mean he just woke up at that time? We have lots of questions we need to ask him when he does get here in just a little bit. Of course, we'll do our normal Olympic update here coming up. Just a few minutes. Suns played last night. ASU men's basketball played last night. ASU women's is tonight. We'll get into all of that stuff. GCU tonight as well. Arizona men's is off for a while. We'll get into all of that coming up as well. We got Super Bowl ratings down a little bit. Not shockingly, since kind of a snoozer of a game. I think this was a bad matchup. I think a lot of people kind of saw what was coming down the pipeline as well. An interesting move by the Washington Commanders that I want to talk to 17-year NFL veteran Del Hellestrae about. But he's cutting it close, folks. He's now 5 minutes late. And he texted me at 7:43, folks. What does cutting it close mean? Does anybody know? Anybody been through this before? What does cutting it close mean? Move forward is my question that I have for you all out there. Guys, we're going to find out when he gets here. He hates it when I do this to him as well. Of course, the All-Star game for the NBA is coming up. Suns got tonight back-to-back here, Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City did something cool last night, I thought. Talk a little bit about that while they were in town and supporting their teammate out there, which is was fun to see as well. We have the official answer, folks. Cutting it close means 8:05 a.m. is what we have here. So we'll let him get settled. We'll let him take a deep breath and everything, and then we'll ask him. I'm telling you, guys, we have four options here on why he's cutting it close. We know he's going to blame the traffic. But did he sleep in? Have a hard time getting his golf clubs in the back of his car today? Maybe he had to clean them a little bit before he did. Did he have to change shirts? You put on a green shirt, remembered he can't wear green, so he changed to a different color. Traffic? He's going to blame the traffic. But what's the real reason is the question that we got here coming up here as well. But, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Fun show. Appreciate you joining us as we have a little bit of fun here early. And Dale, what's the real reason here? 7:43, you texted me saying cutting it close.
Steven, good morning. How are you?
Good. You just roll out of bed? It's 7:43?
I did not. I did get a little late start from the house, but 5 minutes.
Hey, yeah, 5 minutes. Yeah.
5 minutes.
We're going to start calling you your old partner at the radio station.
It cost me 20 on the other side. Everywhere I went, there's traffic. Even here, Van Buren and 7th Street, there's an accident.
I heard about that one here. I heard about that one when I was getting here.
Yeah.
So there's accidents galore out there. I know. I just rarely. Normally, I get a text from you. That's why I was laughing. Normally get a text from you at like 7:52, going cutting it close.
Yeah.
But this was like way early, and I was like, oh, he just rolled out of bed.
Well, I got out to 51.
And I'm wrong, by the way. It wasn't 7:43. It was 7:34 he texted.
That's what, because coming down 51, they give you signs, and they say how long to the I-10.
Yeah.
And it's usually pretty accurate.
Yeah. Oh, they actually have cars that travel it. That's how they track it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they actually have DPS cars.
And there's two signs that I kind of marked myself by, and one said, 17 minutes, and that was at 7:25.
Okay.
And then the next one's probably 8 miles down the road.
Yeah.
I get to that one, it said 17 minutes. I said, hold on. I just drove 8 miles.
Time is stood still
Yeah,
for you.
so-
Well, I mean, I get it. It's hard coming down from the top of the mountain, swerving back and forth,
Well,
and avoiding the deer, and having to stop and wave at Charles Barkley as you
As
You
the
drove by him?
washed mingle with the unwashed.
down at the bottom.
Yeah.
So no, that's all I was. That's what I was laughing about. Was like, man, he's going to be cutting it close 30 minutes before he's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I just wanted you to kind of make sure that you're prepared to go.
It was more of all right. He just rolled out of bed or something.
And then I
didn't know
would
that
have
far
made
advance.
it, except for Van Buren's backed up. It's down to 1 lane.
The construction that's happening down here at downtown Phoenix right now is ridiculous, and every day it's more and like a different lanes close. I don't understand what they're doing, but God bless them, I guess, for doing it.
Well, what I don't understand is like up north, Bell and Greenway.
Yeah,
They run parallel to each other. They're
Yes.
both major
and
thoroughfares.
they're both under construction
Yes.
at the
Why
same
not?
time.
Let's finish Greenway
Yeah, and then move on.
and
yeah.
then move up to Bell.
Yeah.
Or finish Bell, then move down
Yeah.
to Greenway.
Yeah.
Don't do them both.
Yeah. That is an excellent point. Yeah, I don't get it. I used to work closely with ADOT. I know how their mind works, and I'll just tell you guys, I still don't understand.
They don't kind of like the NFL. They don't care about
Yeah,
us.
it was funny. They say they do. No, but it was funny too because I'd ask a question or somebody would bring it up, and literally somebody would go like, "I don't know why we did that." On second thought, we probably shouldn't have done that. It's
Just
like really.
crazy.
So Dale, let's do the proper
I'm here.
introduction.
I'm here.
17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, the real reason he's late is he's still upset about the curling silver medal yesterday. The two Coreys went out there and fought their hardest and just got beat by a better shot. Dale Hellestrae, everybody.
Do you see a romantic future
No,
for the Coreys?
no,
No?
no,
Just like that.
no.
Come on.
She's pissed that he didn't perform and they got a silver. That ain't going anywhere, Dale. That partnership is over.
You spend all that time together. You celebrate together. You've had a wild, emotional ride.
Magical week. I mean,
Yeah.
this was unexpected. They were hitting shots unbelievable. And they got beat by a shot yesterday from the lady on that mixed team.
Yeah.
That was an amazing shot. Like, I was almost screaming. Dale's in here recording with Nash and the Angry Patriot, and then later on. And I'm surprised you guys couldn't hear me yelling in the other room. I was so stoked about the shots that everybody was making. It was amazing. But no. The post interview afterwards, like, she's all serious. She's a realtor, and I forgot what he does. But she was all like, well, it's just magical week, but just disappointing. You can see, like, the look on her face. And he's just like, well, we did our best. And I'm like, yeah, she's so pissed off right now.
Well, you wonder if they slept the other night for the
My
competition.
gosh, Dale, why do you always go to that?
Well, because you're not supposed to sleep together the night before
you don't
competition.
mingle your curling.
You don't mingle your
Magicians.
curling.
That's always been my rule.
That is,
Always been my rule.
night before your curling competition.
Don't mix curling. Don't mix curling things. That well, part of it's easy because I'm usually paired up with dudes, so it makes it a little easier.
Oh, it does.
Sometimes. Some of those guys are really good looking. I was gonna say.
So you took it. There's a line, and then you don't just tiptoe over it.
No, I
You
storm over.
barrel through it.
I knock it down. I'm like an Olympic person going out of bounds at the nets and getting caught in the nets. So your Suns last night beat the Mavs, but
well, before we get into that,
no, I'm just overview.
How was your yesterday afternoon?
It
I
was
mean,
good.
you're here. You got your show done early, but you hung around.
Today I didn't do it. Oh yeah, yesterday, yeah. Oh, I was actually going to hang around all day because I need to get a bunch of stuff done. But I was about 9:45 yesterday here. I was like, I'm tired all of a sudden.
Really?
Like, it just hit me, like right in the show. I don't know if it showed it the last 15 minutes or what, but I was like, dude, I'm tired. So literally, like, you leave the room, Angry Patriots working with the producers, Kobe and Riley, and getting his stuff all ready. And normally I'm like getting my stuff put up, to leave the studio, and I help him out. I'll change mics and covers and stuff like that just to help him out. Dale, I was sitting here, and I had curling on, and I don't remember anything. I was just fighting to stay awake.
Really?
So I was like, all right, I'm just tired, whatever. So I get up and, and you guys get started on your stuff. I go in the other room and I'm working on stuff and literally my head's bobbing. And I was like, dude, what the heck? So I got up and I actually walked around the whole floor. And then John Holmberg comes in. He goes to fist bump me, and I'm not even paying attention to him. I felt bad. He goes, "Oh, you missed it." And I'm like, "Missed what?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry about that." I was just out of it. So I went back in and I'm doing stuff, and I'm like, I gotta go. Like I'm gonna fall asleep right here, man. I gotta get out of here.
So I need to get on the road and fall asleep.
I know. So I drove home perfectly fine, but I got home, man, and I was out. Laid down on the couch there in my living room, and I don't remember anything.
Wow.
Like 2-3 hours. I don't know what happened. Then, of course, I was up till midnight last night. So I didn't get very much sleep last night. But I don't know what happened, man. Yesterday was just one of those days. Everything's fine.
Right.
A little stress in the life, but, whatever.
I mean, no phone calls, no insurance,
No, but I got an email that kind of upset me.
No HOA problems.
No, that's the email that I got. Yeah, I got a follow-up email to my complaint about I told you, I can't really talk about it right now. I'll bring it up when the time's alarming here. Because, I inform you guys just to let you know how life happens and how you deal with it. And unfortunately, I experience a lot of stuff in life. I don't know why I'm so blessed with that. But the management company's done something that has royally upset me.
Okay.
I handle a lot of things in life. But you start not telling me things that you should be telling me, I lose interest in you quickly. I think that's the worst thing you can do to somebody. Good news, bad news, just tell me. Just say it. I don't care. It is what it is. We move on with our lives.
Right.
Hiding stuff from me is my biggest pet peeve on the planet. And I'm not talking about like you hid that, your brother and this person are doing stuff. I'm not talking like that stuff. I'm talking about pertinent information. I just feel like it's been kept from it. And now I got this big project in front of me because of what the management company's done. Board members want some stuff done and everything and all that. And I got an email last night kind of justifying what they did. And it just made me angrier last night. So I had to reply to it. I had to rewrite it like 17 times, take the F words out. Just kidding. Do as much as possible and everything. But also express how disappointed I am. But also tell them like, hey, man, we're not happy with what's been done. Sorry. It's just, we feel this way, whatever. And why that's important is I got my meeting tonight.
Oh, there's a meeting tonight. Okay.
So we'll see.
All right.
We'll see when we get there, how you feel and stuff. Part of me just says to just skip it. I'm just done with them. Which when you hire somebody to do a job and then they don't do it, I'm more disappointed in myself because I've been defending them all these years. I've been telling everybody how great of a job they do. And our management lady is amazing. It's the company. And now it's just like, man, everybody else was right. Sometimes it's got to take it and like, man, sucks that
you have to go eat some crow tonight. Now, do you sign it like a couple-year contract?
Yeah, it's a yearly contract, but you can get out of it in 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah. So, but I mean, like, you know what a chore it is? Like, we switched from one company that's one reason I got on the board was nobody was happy with the other company. So, I got on there with two other people, and we got on there because we were like, people voted us on because we were like, we're changing management company. It's a hassle to go through that process. It'd just be easier if this company just pulled their head to other butts.
Right.
And they don't. And they won't. And they won't. It just makes me angry. And then they keep like saying things that the reason we found out about this problem is because I was doing some personal stuff and I had to do some personal things, and then fees just start showing up on my account. I've never argued the fees. I never said take them off. That's the deal. But nobody knows about the fees. So that's what started it. So I'm like, hey, tell us what all fees we do. So they're like, all right, we'll give you all the fees that we charge. Then it was kind of like pulling teeth. And then you get hit with another fee that they don't tell you about. And you're like, all right, why are you guys lying to us? That's the gist of what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
Similar to State Farm, where it's like, why aren't you guys just telling us as the people that are hiring you, State Farm, management company, everybody, sit down and tell us what's going on. That's your duty. And it feels like they're leaving it behind. So that's not why I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't sleep last night because I took like a 4-hour, what year is it? I woke up, thought I missed the bus.
Wow.
And and then I remembered I'm 48 and it's
I don't have
Wednesday
school.
afternoon and I don't have school.
And it's actually Tuesday
Or,
afternoon.
well, Tuesday afternoon, whatever day it is. Whatever day it is. Yeah, so, but that's all right. But yeah, so I had to deal with that last night, and I sent that late night email. Now I got that tonight. We'll see.
Well, to transition before going to the Suns, I'd like to congratulate Solomon Tuliaupupu and Dylan Jimetagard.
Should at least know their names if you're going to do that.
I did. That's their names.
That's his name, Solomon Tuputu.
Tuliaupupu.
I don't think it's poo-poo, but okay.
Tuliaupupu. Pretty close, Steven.
Okay.
I want to congratulate him on his 9th year of eligibility by the NCAA.
And they're keeping the quarterback from Missouri from doing his 6th year of eligibility.
And offensive lineman Dylan Jimetagard.
Is this the 11-year dude?
No, he's only 6 years.
Oh.
6 years of eligibility.
It looks like, here's what's going to get the NCAA in trouble. It looks like they're arbitrarily choosing who to allow to have 7th, 8th, 9th year eligibilities and who they're not. Now, there is some caveats to this. Like a lot of people, like Pafia, is suing. He's going to go pro, so unless he wins this deal here. But, some people are saying, and I agree with this, the rules state it's D1 eligibility. That's what the rule actually says.
Okay.
So they count your community college years as your eligibility for college. So you do 2 years at community college, you go to a D1 school, that's your 4 years. People are suing now saying, well, those first 2 shouldn't count because it says D1 eligibility. And that's how some of these people are getting it. But it looks like the NCAA, they have hundreds of lawsuits over this.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're arbitrarily choosing. You can get extended and you can't, and you can, and you can't. That's what's going to do them in. They need a blanket rule and follow a blanket rule, just arbitrarily doing it. Now, I agree with you. It's ridiculous because some of these people have like 3 kids going to junior high,
Junior college.
No. I'm talking about the kids. What do you mean?
Well, the kids are gaining extra eligibility.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the 9th year kid has like 2 kids at home.
And
they're like in junior high now because they're so old.
Oh, the kids are in junior high.
Yeah, their kids are in junior high.
Okay.
Yeah, did I say it wrong? But so I get it. Like you're getting to the point where you're getting grown men playing college football. Like they're going to retire from universities and stuff. There's got to be a level here. But at the same time, college is going pro. It's going to be the next step.
And how would you, and the other story I just want to throw out there is how would it feel to be Sterla Holm Lagreed today?
This story, I do not know where you're going.
Oh.
So only I knew the last one because I was trying to figure out how to say la poo poo.
So some dude cheats on his girlfriend.
This is the Olympic story.
Yeah. Some dude who wins a bronze medal cheats on his girlfriend and then publicly acknowledges it on the medal interview.
So bad. This guy screwed up. Okay, you want to know why?
Why?
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Norwegian biathlete wins a medal. Yeah. Silver medal, no less. Not even the gold. Silver medal. This is an important distinction to what I'm about to say, what he screwed up on the most. So he wins the medal.
It was actually
I apologize.
third.
Bronze medal.
Yes.
Sorry, bronze medal. Not the gold medal is my point. This is a very distinctive thing here. He did not win the gold nor the silver. Bronze medal. So he went out there, 20-kilometer men's biathlon. Norway dominates this sport. They grow up with it. They have to go to school, and they shoot bears apparently on the way to schools on skis. There's so much snow there and stuff like that. Like in all actuality, it's a big deal to them as well.
Yeah.
So he goes out there and says a week ago he cheats on his girlfriend. And then he says, then he's got to go to the Olympics and everything. And he's felt horrible about it for the last week. So he confesses to her right before he leaves for the Olympics. Yeah, and all that. So he's talking about it in Norwegian. So, there's a translator and stuff, so it's not sentimental. There's 2 things I got a problem with this. One, and he's like, in his mind, he's thinking, well, this is my biggest moment of my career, so I'm going to focus on her to show her how much she cares for me. They've been dating for 3 months.
6.
Hey, psycho. 6 months, fine.
Yeah.
Hey, psycho. Slow your roll, Tiger. Oh, my God, can you look more psychotic? I'm thinking they've been together for 15 years, 20 years. What? You barely know each other. And especially because he's been training for the Olympics. It's not like he's there all the time.
Right.
What is happening? Then he does it in this big public moment following, winning the bronze medal and everything. He says, I did not choose to be put in this position, and it hurts to have to be in it. We have had contact. Oh, I'm sorry. That's
the ex-girlfriend.
But he said, I want to take this moment. I wanted to know how much I care for her, how much sorry I am. 2 issues with this. One, you've just thoroughly embarrassed her.
Yeah.
Because now all of her friends, family, cousins,
mom,
neighbors,
dad,
all know what a weasel you are.
Yep.
And now you've just told the world what a piece of garbage you are. And she's been probably defending you to people, for 6 months that you've known her and everything. That's issue number 1. She did say, though, as I just said, I did not choose to be put in this position, and it hurts to have to be in it. We have had contact, and he is aware of my opinions on this, which, folks, is not good. He's dug himself a hole. The bigger reason why he's screwed up, first of all, you're an idiot for doing that.
Yeah.
And like I said, only 6 months. Obviously, their relationship wasn't very strong in 6 months.
Yeah, this is not a 6-year marriage with 2 kids. And
no, nothing to that effect. And he's training for the Olympics, so he's probably out training 8-10-hour days on top of it. It's not like he's there all the time or anything like that.
Right.
And things to that. He was crying about this on there. But you know what his biggest mistake was? Forget about the fact that he just officially put the nail in coffin on that relationship. Because he told the world what a jackass he is and embarrassed her. Don't ever embarrass the other person. Period. In this situation.
Right.
6 months, though, Dale. You look psychotic, Tiger. Did he break out the first I love you? Like, what, week 2? What is wrong with you? And then, so 3 months ago, he made the biggest mistake on his life. He cheated on her. Waited 3 months to tell her before he goes to the Olympics. Yeah. Okay. Here's what she says even more. To my family and friends who have embraced me and supported me during this time, also to everyone else who has thought of me and sympathized without knowing who I am. How embarrassing is that to anybody?
Yes.
Imagine, Dale, you're just sitting here and I do something and then I throw you under the bus.
You're sitting at home.
Yeah. And you're just sitting there and all of a sudden Brooke turns and looks at you and goes,
What?
And then Kevin Ray's calling you. Holmberg's calling you. What? Steve did what? What? And everybody's like, oh, Dale, you poor thing. You didn't see this coming, you poor thing. And now you look like a giant idiot. And then you're just at the grocery store. And somebody at the grocery store is like, hey, I know you don't know me, but I heard about your situation. I'm so sorry about it. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Dear God, my man, you've embarrassed the crap out of this lady.
And without her permission, without her knowledge, without anything.
He just decided to make it about himself.
Yeah.
And everything. But then the bigger issue that he's got is the Norwegian.
The guy who won the gold medal.
Yeah, but the Norwegian group, the group that's over these cross-country guys,
okay.
I forget what it's called. They actually had to pull him in and talk to him. Because nobody's talking about the gold medal winner. Who's his teammate?
Right.
Does anybody know who won the gold? Does anybody know who won the silver? Now, the silver wasn't his teammate, so I guess you can kind of forgive that. He's taken over this. This is the gold medal winner's heyday.
Mm-hmm.
And you've stolen it because you can't keep your wahoo in your pants and you can't keep your mouth shut?
Do one or the other, Steve.
What? That's the biggest faux pas that he's done. First of all, he's embarrassed the crap out of her. But more importantly, Dale, he's embarrassed his team and his teammate. The gold medal winner. It's supposed to be their special day.
Yeah.
More so than you winning bronze. It's supposed to be their day. He didn't.
Yeah, I didn't even know they interviewed the bronze medal winner.
Yeah, that's the issue, right?
Yeah.
So the Norwegian, well, that was because it was Norway. So they, their individual people were the ones that were doing it and everything. So he had to go back out and do a statement, and where he had to concede that bringing up his private life may have overshadowed, his teammate out there. May have. I'm that teammate. I might be having you as target practice for my next warm-up round. Yeah. So he apologized to his teammate, Johan Olav Botten, the gold medal winner. But nobody's ever going to know who won that one. Everybody's just going to assume this jackass has done it.
Hey, remember the idiot who cheated on his girlfriend and decided to announce it at the Olympics?
I was the guy that won gold. No, you weren't, you liar. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassing situation. This guy's a moron. Should be kicked off. Probably should lose a silver. Should be shamed.
It's bronze.
A bronze, yes. I don't know why I keep saying he's silver.
I don't know.
Go
either.
do bronze. I mean, quite frankly, Norway's a small. I'm sure. What's Norway's hated enemy? He needs to go live there.
Norway and Sweden, aren't they rivals?
I don't know, but he needs to go wherever their hated rivalry is.
Should
be shunned from society forever.
Do Scandinavian countries actually have hate in their heart?
I don't know if they do. But I feel like in this instance, they're going to find someplace to shun the guy to. You know what they should do? They should make him go live like in Jamaica, a hot, humid beach community for the rest of his life. Just shun him to Jamaica.
He can't use suntan lotion.
Yeah, which to everybody else that doesn't sound like a deal, but when you're used to the cold and snow and all that stuff, that'd be miserable. Miserable going and living there. You'd have to adjust. Yeah, I think this is the dumbest story of the Olympics. This guy is an embarrassment.
Oh,
This Norwegian is an embarrassment.
Steven.
Yeah. So how do you feel about it? I got my storytelling out of the way. How do you feel about it?
I just think it's to me, there's so much in life that could be avoided just using common sense.
Believe me, nobody knows that more than me.
Common sense. Time, place.
Yes.
If I'm getting interviewed a week from now by the local newspaper
you're back home.
and I want to come clean or whatever, okay.
You're on the Morning Zoo Scandinavian News Channel.
Morning Zoo.
You want to have a funny story about the Olympics and how you're feeling?
Yeah. Maybe then. Not the place, nor the time, nor the subject. Plus, if the girl you cheated on asked you not to say something, and you decide to go worldwide with it,
I would argue she shouldn't have to give you permission.
No.
You just shouldn't talk about it.
right? But then it says that she said I did not agree or I disagree with him saying anything.
Yeah, but that's my point though. Like that shouldn't be a topic of that
No.
conversation in Italy.
No, if I share
Hey
something,
world.
just like if I share something, you're right. If I share something private with you, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, I got people coming to the
I
grocery
know.
store.
Yeah, because I'm on national television blabbing about. Oh my God, let me tell you about Gil.
Yeah. He told me this in
Yes.
confidence. The
I mean,
other
those
day.
herpes are through the roof. Let me tell you. Then your phone's blowing up about just embarrassing, man. Like, what are you doing? It actually makes me angry.
She didn't ask to get cheated on.
No.
And then she didn't ask for him to publicly blab about it.
And then I don't know. Maybe their culture's different. But at 6 months, man, what are you doing? And I get it. There's people that get married long earlier than that.
Yeah.
You know what we call them? Crazy. But 6 months and you're like going this crazy to where you're outing yourself. And in his mind, he was just like, I'm gonna do the most romantic thing on the face of the planet. No, Tiger. No.
No.
Get a boombox, stand outside her window, hold it up, playing In Your Eyes.
In your eyes.
Dale doesn't get that reference.
No, what's in your eyes?
In your eyes. I think that's the song you played. You have no idea what I'm talking. You need to watch more movies.
I have
man.
no idea what you're talking about. Is this what you did to Autumn?
No, I don't. No, I don't apologize for that. The funny thing is Dale's laughing, but Autumn right now is going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you and Autumn been together?
Why do you do this to me?
You can just give me an approximate.
It was 2019.
Okay.
You want to know why I know? Right before COVID.
Yeah. And you guys made it through COVID.
Yeah, but I had a different COVID than most people had. I still had to get up and go to work and stuff because at the radio station they still made us go. And
Well,
your show and my show still had to go.
Certain
The other
people.
guys, couldn't leave their house because
And they only had a certain amount of mobile or remote.
Even though I was like, guys, I have all the equipment. I got all the equipment in my house, and they were like, it doesn't matter. You still got to come in. That's only reserved for one person. He lives all the way out of Queen. Yeah, he lives 5 minutes south of me. Actually, He lives literally 5 minutes south of me.
I'm surprised you just didn't go hang out with him.
Oh my God! I'd rather have a sharp stick shoved in my eye. God, what talk about stick on the mud? My goodness.
Oh goodness.
So there we go. You've never seen what John? That was a John Cusack movie. What movie was that? Because I get them all confused. Wasn't that?
One of them's Can't Buy Me Love.
No, I know, but that was Say Anything. I'm pretty sure that was Say Anything. Yeah, and he's standing outside with the boombox.
So you saw all those chick rom-coms.
No, I've only seen a few. I've never seen Pretty in Pink. I never was into that stuff. My sister was, but she's 6 years older than me. So I was able to avoid all that stuff.
Steve, I could see you as a
Ducky.
little kid, your feet kicking up and down the theater.
No, but I had this conversation a week or so ago, man. When I was a kid, man, you know, you'd have Transformers and G.I. Joe and all those like manly kid shows, you know, and everything. And then I'd be like totally into like Gem, you know, and those types of shows, the girl versions of stuff. They were awesome. He-Man, and then I'd be watching She-Ra. It's amazing.
Oh.
I mean, She-Ra was hot.
Explains a lot, Steven. As I get to know you a little better, your upbringing explains a
What are you
lot.
talking about, man? It was exciting.
Wonder Woman, I bet you.
Oh my God! It was the
instead of
Invisible
$6 million
Plane.
man.
That was amazing. Both the Linda Carter, the reruns of the Linda Carter version, but also the cartoon. Absolutely, Justice League. She'd get into that invisible airplane.
See,
flying.
And if I'm looking back to my
Dude, I was
younger
10.
years,
I was 9 or 10.
I'm looking at Linda Carter because of other things other than an
I was
invisible
9 or 10.
airplane.
Dale. I was 9 or 10. Here's what I knew about Linda Carter. She was Wonder Woman. She beat people up, and she went to what, Central High or something like that here in town.
She's a local.
Yeah, she's a local. I don't remember what high school she went to. Those are the three things I know about Linda Carter.
And she had a figure.
I was 9 or 10. I had no idea what that even
It kind
meant.
of sounds like you could be 29 or 30 and still
Okay.
think about the invisible airplane.
All right, well, that's the truth. Last night, that's why I didn't sleep well last night. I was watching Wonder Woman all night. You got me. You're going to make me admit it.
I want the invisible airplane episode.
Why? I always wonder that. If the plane's invisible and you're just sitting there and people can see you sitting there flying, what's the point of an invisible plane? Because nobody's going to notice a human person sitting there
These things you think.
30,000 feet up in the air. Don't act like you don't know what Gem is. Your daughter's probably watching Gem all the time.
Oh, I'll admit I had to watch some of those things.
Yeah. But I had to watch them too.
Yeah. But you watched them because you wanted to.
My sister wanted to watch them. But she was out of.
What'd you do? Pin you down?
No, she was out of the house. She turned 18 and moved out, and then I was still watching. I got addicted. What am I gonna do?
Oh.
I love the Hardy Boys, and then I'd read Nancy Drew when I'd get through all the Hardy Boys. Hey, Dale, I'm in touch with my feelings. I'm in touch with my feelings, people.
Autumn, each day I feel sorrier and sorrier for you. I feel your pain. The Hardy Boys wouldn't do that.
Oh, the Hardy Boys were the best books ever, man. They were so amazing.
Oh.
Now, Dale, not all of us can be superstar players out there and everything, you know. I did what I could.
Well, I didn't have the opportunity to watch some of those things. It's probably
No, you know what? In all honesty, you know what it was? Is I was so busy as a kid that I had very little downtime. So, like when I got downtime, it was just like plop in front of the TV and just watch cartoons. Before I had to go out and play like 7 soccer games that day or go do whatever I had to do that day and stuff like that. So that's why I did it. Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I was thinking about that last night because my good buddy Angel, I went to high school with Angel, if you guys don't know. Burrito Express. Went to high school with him. His brother Mark's a year behind us, or a year or two behind us, stuff like that. Grew up with him. We played soccer with Angel and all that stuff growing up, and multiple trips traveling with them and all that stuff, and had great success. And he's Circle K wants him to open up more restaurants and stuff like that. And like yesterday, he was all like, "Man, I'm a little worried about it." And I was like, "Yeah, you got this." And then I was like, I don't know if you do. That's a lot of stress, man.
I did see where you encouraged him on Twitter.
I did. I'm a very encouraging guy
What
with
does
him.
Circle K have to do with Burrito Express?
They're opening up. You know how you can go into like Quick Trip and you can get hot food there.
Yeah.
You go in there and you can get burritos in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not all of them. They just started doing, but all of them in the East Valley right now, way down south. But yeah, I saw he posted the list. But yeah, I'm encouraging, Dale.
Yeah.
I encourage people.
Yeah, for some reason, Angel and you, but you don't encourage many other people.
I encourage a lot of people. You?
No.
You've had enough success
Autumn?
in your life.
You encourage
I
Autumn?
encourage Autumn. You can ask her. I'm telling her, I might not say.
Go to break, Steve. Go to break.
She get in trouble where she works.
Go to break, Steve. Go to break.
I'm encouraging her to, look at other places.
Oh, now see, again, you can't help yourself. Yeah. You weren't going to say anything, and then you said something.
I know, but nobody knows why. I didn't say why. Just if you're a boss, just be nice. Be nice to people. Treat people nicely.
Autumn, I'm trying.
Speaking of which,
Autumn, I'm trying.
Speaking of which, as a boss, I should probably take a break.
Yes.
When we come back, let's get into some stuff out there. We're having too much fun. We're having too much fun here on this Wednesday, of course. Pit Stop's debut is today, folks. We'll have that up about 2 o'clock. We'll talk Daytona 500. Cars are on the track today. Daytona 500, Dale.
Good weather?
I haven't looked at the weather. I'm assuming so.
Okay.
And everything. But that's coming up later on today as well. But for now, let's take our break. Come on back. Let's get into some sports. The main event. Robert, I was trying to avoid this subject, but since Robert is tagging us on TME Sports Show, 623-252-6670 on the text line as well. Jeff Passan, 12 minutes ago, came across my screen. I wanted to cry. Arizona Diamondbacks outfielder Corbin Carroll broke the hamate bone in his right hand and is undergoing surgery today.
It was pitchers and catchers only.
And he doesn't have to report till Sunday. And he's there a day early.
See? Extra work doesn't pay off.
He will
kids.
miss the World Baseball Classic. And opening day is now in question.
Are you serious?
Robert says, life as an Arizona sports fan sucks.
What have I said?
He was throwing balls against the wall yesterday. Those balls that just die right away and warming up and doing all that stuff. Video of him doing it. Has to undergo surgery today, Corbin Carroll. Here's my question, Dale. What did the Diamondbacks do to piss off the injury gods?
What did I tell you about a year ago now?
But it's not even, it's past the point of not being able to have good things.
No, that's just another...
We are being punished. Is this because they treated Jerry Colangelo like garbage when they got rid of him? Is this the comeback here? Is this the revenge? Is this the Colangelo revenge?
Well, every sports team be forced to pay a penance until they put a statue up of Jerry?
Seriously. You know what? I'm going to make the statue myself and put it up. What do we have to do? Do we have to take goats to the stadium? Like, I'm going to solve the Cubs curse, the Red Sox curse. I'm going to find that damn piano in a lake or whatever their curse, or whatever that curse is. I'm going to go find the Loch Ness Monster, whatever we need to do. Because this is ridiculous.
Pitchers and catchers report, and Corbin Carroll gets hurt.
Players don't have to report until Sunday, and they show up early. Marte's there. Perdomo's there.
Send everybody home.
Pavin Smith was there yesterday.
Send everybody home.
Carroll was there yesterday. Now he's having surgery today. There's a black cloud everywhere.
It's like
just,
Linus.
I don't know what to say about it. It's literally nauseating, man. Makes you feel nauseous. Just out of nowhere. Broke the hamate bone of his right hand. What kind of bone is that?
I think it's something on the top of the hand.
Is it the top of the hand?
Yeah.
That's obviously got to affect his holding the
bat,
and stuff like
probably
that.
throwing.
You're right. It's the irregularly shaped carpal bone in the wrist. That's what I was wondering. Yeah, located on the pinky side of the hand's digital row.
Yeah,
Okay.
so outside.
Yeah, so basically right here.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. Because when I was in junior high, not the same injury. I wasn't at Diamondbacks camp early. When I was in junior high, I took a shot. I caught a ball and tight end, and 2 helmets came in, smashed my hand, and I broke all the smallest bones in your wrist. Right, dude. It took like a year and a half for that thing to heal.
Did you drop the ball or hang on?
I caught it. The worst part was practice. I had to play the rest of the season with a cast. Ruined my chances for scholarship. Everybody turned away from me at that point.
Kept me from D1.
Kept me from the pros. I remember I was talking to some pros, and they were like, sir, you broke your hand in junior high. We can't look at you seriously. You have an injury there. Yeah, so there you go. Breaking news. I saw it. Tried to ignore it. Robert tagged me in it. Can't ignore it any longer. Dale, depressing.
Pitchers and catchers report. You getting a little extra work.
Corbin Carroll goes down. I'm going to write that right here. Pitchers and catchers report.
Corbin Carroll goes down.
And an outfielder goes down.
Oh.
We just end this show now. Let's just go home. I'm depressed. I mean, I'm even more depressed than I was before. I mean, we got to get into that. Hazen talked yesterday. Torey Lovello talked yesterday. I thought Torey was kind of fun. He says too much yesterday, which just anytime you say you're like unprepared to talk, and stuff like that, or you're choosing your words carefully. So it's like, it needs to be a little bit clearer. Hazen talked about the team. He talked about Marte. Since we're giving you bad news, because Suns won yesterday, let's save that and let's just get into the baseball talk here. If you're missing it and you're just joining us now, Corbin Carroll broke his hamate bone in his right hand, undergoing surgery today. So out of the World Baseball Classic, which, I don't
care about
baseball,
that.
Who cares? But opening day is now in question. We'll have to wait and see how many, how long this recovery is, because that tells me that's probably a tough injury to recover from. Those bones are small. Now, they have different stuff, obviously, than we have in terms of rehab and stuff like that. Do they put a metal plate in there?
It's different, and that's what they'll probably do, either a plate or a pin. But it's different than, hey, I'm going back to work. I can write with a healing hamate bone, and I got to swing a bat or throw a baseball.
Yeah, you're already down the right fielder or left fielder. Obviously, you're kind of going to have to platoon there. Now, you still have some guys out there, but you're losing a big bat here, at least to begin the season coming up. But then Mike Hazen talked yesterday, as I said. He's up there. Hey, at least he didn't say how poor they were. That was positive sign from that perspective. They asked him a couple questions. One of the questions was, hey, Mike Hazen, your GM, what are your expectations for the upcoming season? And give us an overview of what your expectation is. First of all, before you listen to this, get your thesaurus out. I'm just going to warn you right now. Big words alert. Mike Hazen yesterday. This one's on the team, Kobe. I'm sorry.
We're not one player away from being the best version of the team that we can be. And so there's no excuse for us not to be the best version of whatever team we go out there and compete with. And that team, this team with these players, is a very competitive team in my mind. There is a lot of talent on this roster. It's not I think where we were 365 days ago, talking in a little different context. I think that should be understandable that, last year on paper where we stood given the additions we had made versus today, we're probably standing in a slightly different place. But that doesn't, there's no ceiling on what these guys are able to accomplish in my mind. And I don't have expectations going out into the season other than we're going to play our best baseball starting on day one. And that's what spring training is for. And that's my expectation.
I shouldn't have said big words alert.
I was going to say, what is that?
I should have said word salad alerts. It's like almost rhyming while he's talking there. Does that give you any confidence in this? I don't have any expectations on this team. I do know we're going to play the best that we can possibly play, even though we're not as good as
The
we
best
were last
version of
year.
ourselves, Steve.
And we're going to play not as good as last year, but we're better than we were this year. And we're excited to get out there. And we're going to play hard, and we're going to play difficult, and we're going to get out there. And our team sucks. We know that, but we're going to get out there and play hard anyway.
That's what you get out of that.
Dear God.
You are unbelievable.
What'd you get out of it? It's just a giant word salad. Yeah.
I'm waiting for the
I know.
big word.
I used the wrong term.
And then I'm like, hold on. Is Steve saying expectation
No.
is a big word?
Yeah, I know. I messed up on that. I used the wrong term.
Oh, no,
Word
that's
salad.
all right.
It
But
makes my head hurt. It does make my head hurt, though, the way he just explained that.
what he's telling you is be excited, Steve, for a new season. They're going to be the best version of themselves, and they're going to play hard every day.
There's no
That's all I can ask
excuse.
for.
Here's one thing he said. There's no excuse for us to not be the best version of whatever team we go out there and compete with.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we ask of the Phoenix Suns. How you feeling about them right now, Steven?
Go out there and be the best team that you can.
Go out there, play hard, let the chips fall where they may.
There's a lot of words in there. That was just like, oh my God. Like he's trying to convince himself, let alone us, that this team's going to compete. And we're not one player away, he says. Well, that makes us feel good. Because you brought the exact same team back, except for you added 2 old guys.
Yeah, but at the trade deadline, All-Star break, you're going to be getting the number 1 pitcher back. You're getting the number 1
Yeah,
reliever
but if you're
back.
40 games out of the playoff spot, does that matter?
Yeah, what happens if you're 2?
Then even better. Yeah. Woohoo! Good. Then we don't have to worry about a trade deadline, a horrible trade at the trade deadline, because we'll get guys back.
40 games.
He's going to sell it.
40 games out.
The trade deadline, you're what, 70 games into the season? You're all out of it. So Mike Hazen talked about the team yesterday. It's just the way he talks. It just kind of it's just a lot, man. Have some professional and some poise. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to picture you at home or on the computer watching these things and like yelling at the computer.
I'm not yelling.
You said nothing.
I'm not yelling.
What? Tell me something.
I was here yesterday when I heard this. Play it again, Kobe. Just play the beginning again. Listen to what he actually says here, folks. And I'll stop you, Kobe, when it gets too much for me. Again.
We're not one player away from being the best version of the team that we can be. And so there's no excuse for us not to be the best version of whatever team we go out there and compete with. And that team, this team with these players, is a very competitive team in my mind. There is a lot of talent on this roster. It's not, I think, where we were 365 days ago, talking in a little different context. I think that should be understandable that, last year on paper where we stood given the additions we had made versus today, we're probably standing in a slightly different place.
But take it down, Kobe.
Doesn't.
But he's like, 365 days ago. I mean, we weren't the same team as we were back then. Yeah, no kidding. We know. You traded our favorite player, Blaze Alexander.
And you also had Corbin Burns on deck 365 days ago.
Do they have him signed for the beginning of spring training, or what? Didn't he come in after spring training started? I don't remember.
No, I think he was there.
I know Jordan Montgomery came in after it started, but I know. So there you go. Look, Hazen, to me, we're going to get into what's more disappointing about Hazen in a second. To me.
No.
But look, he rambles a lot, and it's like, okay, a guy that rambles a lot doesn't give you that most confidence. They're prepared for
guy
the
that
thing.
rambles a lot. You don't like a guy who doesn't say a lot. You don't like
Just say we're
a guy
happy.
who tells the truth. You don't like,
Why
and a
can't
guy
you-
who lies. You don't
Why
like.
can't you just say, look, we're not the team we were last year with the injuries on the pitching staff, but this team is going to come out and compete. We've improved the defense going into this year, and we're looking forward to competing against the teams that we have to compete against this year.
That's what he said.
Yeah, no. He went on for, how long was this clip? 43 seconds. And I just did it in 5.
No, you did it in 14.
Here's the bigger question I got for you, Dale. In all seriousness, I'm just having fun with Mike Hazen. It's just the way that he talks. I just like to have fun with and stuff to that effect. I think personally, now they're going to compete with the Dodgers. No, are they going to compete with the Blue Jays? Probably not. But this team can be competitive and compete for a wild card, even with the injuries on the starting pitching, even with Corbin Burns. They just got hurt. The outfielder, that Carroll, thank you. Even with him now possibly missing some time to start this season, this team should compete for a playoff spot. Will they get there? I don't know, but they will compete with it. You like their talent, their defense. I'll tell you this, their defense better be 100 times better than it was last year as well, especially at the start of the season. So, I give them a hard time for it, but, I like what they've done coming in. And they didn't make any moves. Except for the 2 old guys on the corners, which I think will be defensive improvements. So I have no issues with that. But we all know last year, at least, there was a Ketel Marte issue.
Mm-hmm.
We know that. And they've all promised to be better. They've all promised all this stuff. And to the point where there was trade rumors all offseason about Marte being traded, which is part of the job as GM. And players know this. GMs know this. And he's the one that you could have gotten big trade value for if you could have unloaded him, things to that effect. So he was the guy that would be the target out there. I think everybody understood why Ketel Marte was on the trading block. I think we all understood it. Dale, as a professional athlete at one time in your life, you were in a situation where you were traded from the Raiders to the Cowboys.
Correct.
I mean, yes, now I'm going to go off an assumption that I'm going to ask you. I'm assuming trade rumors suck because, one, it means you're not wanted. You're going to feel that way, especially if you're a sensitive player. But then, 2, you're like, man, my family just moved here. Now you're shipping us out to someplace unknown. I don't know if I'm going to like that coaching staff. I don't know if I'm going to like that. So I understand there being some hostility about being traded. But at the same time, like for you with the Raiders, you looked around and went, we have too many offensive linemen here.
Correct.
Somebody's going to be out.
Right.
Looks like it's me. Okay, if it's me, it's me. That means somebody wants me. Like that's how I look at the trading now. I'm not a professional athlete. You tell us that perspective. Is my perspective right or wrong, and how did you look at it?
Yeah, well, and obviously I was a lot different than Ketel Marte is the fact that I think they got an undisclosed draft pick, which ended up being a 7th-round pick for me. But I'm worth more than Kyler Murray is, evidently. Anyway. Yeah. Gosh, I just thought about that.
I was saying, what you guys don't know is Dale was coming to a realization while he was saying that.
Yeah. It's like, hold on. People are saying they can't get anything for Kyler Murray.
That was the best part about that. That's what made me laugh really bad. And I looked down at my phone for a second. I'm listening to Dale, and I'm like, wait, he's getting like angry right now.
No, but honestly, disappointed of who I got traded to at the time I got traded to Dallas because they sucked.
Yeah, they weren't good.
But it was an opportunity for me to play, extend my career.
Yes.
Because the team was not as talented as the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
And then to grow, and then the way it worked out, you couldn't have scripted a better thing.
Looking back, it was a no-brainer.
No,
but in the moment.
In that moment, you're kind of disappointed. Now, again, we got traded to Dallas, which I was familiar with from SMU and all that. So it's kind of going home. Yeah. Going home. We gotten traded to.
Did you move back in your? Did you try to move back in your old dorm? No, that's the point, right? It sucks, and I'm sure it's not happy because, like, man, you guys don't want me here.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
But they do, and they gave up.
Yeah.
I'm talking as Ketel Marte, not as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually tried to find the guy that the Raiders drafted.
And you guys couldn't find him.
No, I don't think he. I think he played 1 year. But anyway,
look, it didn't matter. They were just getting rid of a log jam.
Yes,
but here's the other side. They traded you because they could get value for you.
Mm-hmm.
You were just below the untouchables, but you were good enough that you could get value for. Now it was only a 7th rounder, but that's value.
Right.
The guy behind you, they couldn't even get a 7th rounder for.
Exactly. Boy,
So-
you're making
so-
me feel better.
Yeah, so there's positive ways to look at this,
Look at
right?
that.
Unless you're a sensitive Nimbo baby.
Yeah.
Mambo Bambi.
Yeah.
This is what I don't like. The accusation against the Diamondbacks, especially last year, was babying Ketel Marte.
Yep.
Torrey, I can tell you guys this. Torrey has struggled with his relationship with Ketel Marte because he wants him to play more. I think that's been documented. It's coming from above on why Ketel Marte gets babied a little bit. We came to that conclusion last year. We kind of showed it to you throughout the season and stuff like that. So when we come back here and come into our second hour of the show.
And real quick, just
Yep.
before we go to break, I know we're
No, go ahead.
up against it, or we'll talk about it when we come
Okay,
back.
well, I was going to say, I'm just setting it up because when we come back, we're going to continue this. And I'm going to tell you what Mike Hazen said he did with Ketel Marte.
Because it does remind me of a former teammate of mine.
Okay, this is why I wanted to bring you into this conversation specifically. It's because sometimes you do have to baby players a little bit. But also, it worries me a little bit about this season. We'll tell you what we're talking about when we come back. Second hour main event coming up next. And we're back here, second hour main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, 17-year NFL veteran. Dale Hill will be back in here in just a moment. He had to take care of something. But, we broke the news, obviously. Well, we didn't break it. We saw the news like all you did. Corbin Carroll is out for the foreseeable future here. Broken bone in his right hand. I didn't see anybody, now it might be out there. I didn't see anybody report on it, but I did see a couple other people say that he got hit by a pitch yesterday, taking extra batting practice to break that bone. I don't know if that is true. Jeff Passan and other people that I've seen reporting on this morning, I haven't seen anybody specifically say that is how it happened and how it went down. But his ability to be available at the opening day is going to be a question mark until we get more information. So Corbin Carroll's out. And then we're talking about Mike Hazen, of course, yesterday meeting with the media. I had some fun with just the way that he talks, and things to that effect. If you haven't gotten what I do now, I just kind of have fun with the way sometimes people talk. And that's why I just had fun with him at the beginning. But there is something he did yesterday that does worry me a little bit. And we were setting it up before the top of the hour, and Dale's back here with us as well. Welcome back, Dale.
So
17-year
just so
NFL
everybody
veteran.
knows, every once in a while I have to use the restroom.
Well, you have to announce it.
And Steve hasn't extended the commercial breaks enough. I race, I sprint.
It is down
It's
the
all
hallway.
the way down the hallway.
Yeah.
I come back, I'm not even breathing hard. I'm getting in good shape.
Well, here's the thing. 2 weeks from now, you won't have to worry about that long hike.
Are you moving the porta potty in here?
No, we're moving out of here.
What? Jeez.
Should we announce that now? I mean, we're still doing everything. It's just we got to find a new location. That's the other reason why I'm stressed out. I'm trying to find a new location for us.
Boy,
a lot of
boy,
work.
Steve.
A lot of work.
Now I'm stressed.
Well, you don't do anything. What are you stressed for?
Is the bathroom closer or further?
I don't know. That was my first thing when I talked to all the brokers. I said, look, how close is the bathroom?
All right, we can go back now.
Are you sure? You got to make it about you.
Yeah.
But we were setting up just players know they can be traded at any time. Players know their names are going to come up in it. Everybody kind of understood why Ketel Marte was on the trade block over the offseason and all that stuff. So I asked Dale, if you missed it and you're just tuning in now, go back to the end of that first hour because we're talking about him. He was traded from the Raiders to the Cowboys and just get the players' feelings, etc., on that stuff. And we know my last words to you guys was we know Ketel Marte's a little bit babied with this for organization last year. And it got public last year where it got out.
Yep.
And that you do have to apologize to the player for because that stuff should never get out. The fact that got out tells you how utterly frustrated people in that locker room was with the way that he was being treated last year and babied. Because it doesn't get out if nobody's upset about it, right?
Correct.
From that side. So we know he's on the trade deadline. Dale, Mike Hazen talked about Ketel Marte. Yes, so let's play this clip. Let's get our thoughts on it. You guys be prepared as well. 623-252-6670 at TMU Sports Show. Whether you're watching us live right now on Robat TV, on demand on Robat TV, on the YouTube page of our production page, free podcast systems. Get your thoughts in on this. Mike Hazen yesterday on what he did with Ketel Marte to kind of mend the air.
He and I have had a number of conversations. We had dinner together, and I think I don't ever expect a player to fully understand it because they don't want to, and that's the way they're wired, and I appreciate that. I also, I told him I apologize, not for doing my job or the things that I felt like I had to do, but more so that his name was so out there in public. Unfortunately, a player of his caliber, that's what happens during a baseball offseason. It's a very interesting subject. And I don't take that lightly that I was putting or not taking off, taking his name out of the marketplace. And so we kind of talked through those things, but he is very much committed to being here and being an elite baseball player for us.
Okay, so you asked me going into the break, and a couple of things jump out to me. Number one, you talked about how do you feel, because my line coach came up to me and said, Dale, just so you know.
You got a heads up.
Just so you know, there's talk of trading you.
Yeah, so you got a heads up.
Yeah, I got a heads up.
Did that make you worry more or less? Like, would you have rather have not known it was coming?
That didn't bother me. It was, he said the teams that are talking about you right now are Indianapolis, Atlanta, and the Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
And I was like, yuck.
Houston was good back then.
They were good, but I hate Houston. I don't like Houston.
Yeah, they wear those baby blue uniforms.
And playing the Astrodome and what. Anyway. So it was more about the places that were talking about me than actually getting traded, because I figured I'd get more of an opportunity, because I looked at it as some other team wants me.
Yeah.
And I didn't look at it as the Raiders didn't want me. It said they had too many of me.
Yeah.
And so I looked at it as a positive, just my destination, which is different than Ketel Marte. I think Ketel Marte can kind of dictate a little bit.
He would have dictated where
he's going to go.
He wasn't going to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
No. And the second thing is, when you talk about
no offense, Pirates.
when you sit down and pick one player out to sit down, have dinner with, explain, and apologize, that immediately reminds me of Deion Sanders for the Dallas Cowboys and how he usurped the system of you go to your defensive backs coach, then your coordinator, then your head coach. He went straight to the owner. And he got special.
You mean Deion went straight to the owner? In this case, straight to the GM.
And Ketel went one step below the owner.
Yeah.
And that rankled the locker room.
Yeah.
And it disheveled the locker room, because everybody else is going, well, what about me? Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, what about me? So it'll be interesting to see how the players take that.
I thought of it from this perspective. It's I don't have a problem with sitting down and saying like, hey, man, but I feel like that conversation should have been had before you put his name in the trade thing. Hey, Ketel, we love you here. You know that. But we have some holes to fill. We can get some value for you. And we're not saying we're going to trade you. We want you here. And we're going to come to you with whatever offer we get. Make sure it's okay with you. Put it out there. And the player may not like it. There's no doubt about it. But to go after the fact, and basically, he could say all he wants that he wasn't excusing his job. But that's what you're doing. I'm sorry. To me, that conversation was, I'm sorry I had to do this to you and put your name out there. I'm sorry I embarrassed you by putting your name out there as a trade deadline. And I didn't take it out fast enough.
Do you think that Cattell was embarrassed?
Judging by the fact that he sat down with him to have that conversation, I'm wondering if Cattell, I don't know if embarrassed is the right word, but you got to keep in mind, this is a guy that gets a little bump and he's got to sit out a few days.
See, and all that.
This is a guy that.
All that is secondary to me to after the All-Star break, your house gets broken into and you go back to the Dominican.
Same type of a concept here. It's I don't know what word to use without it being insulting. It's just sometimes people are sensitive. They're more sensitive than other people, And if you have to, and I'm using the word baby, I don't mean in a derogatory term. It's more like they have to walk along with Cattell Marte and make sure he knows how loved he is at all times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that always works because here's the problem. Jake McCarthy was on the trading block last year. Alec Thomas is on the trading block last year and this year in the offseason. Did he sit down with them and have a conversation? We know they were on the trading block. McCarthy, of course, got moved this offseason. But did he sit down with them and apologize to them for doing his job?
But see, here's the thing. Again,
we don't know.
In any sports team, there are levels. So,
yes.
So, Al Davis did not sit down and talk to me about, hey, you're on the block. But guess what? If Howie Long or Bo Jackson or somebody like that, they were thinking about trading him, he might have done that.
Yeah, they would have been a conversation.
And so Cattell Marte, no matter what you think of him as a locker room presence, he is their best baseball player.
But that's my question, though. Did he do it? Here's the problem. The perception of Cattell Marte is he's a little bit sensitive about things.
He needs to be coddled.
That's a better way of putting it than sensitive.
Yeah.
He needs to know he's wanted. He needs to know that he's 100% and he can go out there. You've got to hype him up. And the rest of the team, maybe there's other guys like that, but the rest of the team's not like that. That can affect the locker room. Like you use the Deion analogy.
Yeah.
Deion's the same way, man. Deion needed to be pumped up. Needed to be told out, go Deion. Like he can have a 2-yard return, but you better be telling Deion how great that 2-yard return was. Or if he's going to pout on the sideline, right? That's my perception of Deion. I don't know if that's true,
to me, it's even more the I need to be treated different.
Aren't you? Well, that's what bothers
to me. That bothers a team more. Hey, he gets a day off. Hey, he doesn't have to practice in pads. He doesn't have to lift weights, but 52 other guys have to.
Corbin Burns has played injured. I'm sorry, Corbin Burns. Corbin Carroll's played injured. Not right now. Alec Thomas. Blaze Alexander took that ball off his elbow at the end of the season, had that big knot, was in the lineup the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you could argue they have to do it. Well, not Corbin Carroll, but Blaze Alexander had to do it to keep his roster spot. Mm-hmm. That was his value.
Mm-hmm.
Until Marte doesn't. But in my opinion, and you talk about this in football terms, Michael Irvin, say what you want about him. He was the hardest working guy out there. Showed up early, left late, worked his butt off. Yeah, he was flashy at times. Emmitt Smith, same thing. Troy, same thing. Deion shows up, and all of a sudden, those standard, and everybody goes, well, if Deion's not doing it, then why am I doing it?
And meanwhile, you're going, well, you're not as talented as Deion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then you're knocking everybody else down.
You're not as talented as Deion, but still.
This is the first sign of a conversation, and I'm probably reading too much into it. What I'm arguing, though, is pay attention to this. I'm not saying that this is the case. He might have sat down with Alec Thomas. And Alec Thomas was like, man, why do you guys keep trying to get rid of me, man? We don't know. I doubt that conversation happened. But it's just another situation going into the season now where you're like, are we going to be on this roller coaster again?
Right.
And it's something to pay attention to before spring training. And that's it. It could just been an innocent dinner. You take your star players to dinner. You do. It happens all the time. But to go out of his way, to me, that was kind of like Hazen's publicly saying, hey, Marte, I had a conversation with Marte, and he knows that I messed up. I didn't take his name out quick enough. So now not only do they have the private conversation to make Marte feel better about it, now it's publicly been said that Hazen, I didn't take his name out of it. That's on me for not taking his name out quick enough. Now it's publicly been said. So now it's like, is he doing that to continue that coddling of Marte and be like, see, Marte, we want you here.
Well, I also hope some of that conversation was, and Ketel Marte, here's what we need from you. I hope it just wasn't all one-sided of I apologize for this.
Well, yeah. That's the thing is we're going off of his account, and I'm sure it was bigger than that. It's just with the history of Marte, that's an alarming statement that he made. That's all I'm saying. He could have said that about any other player on the team, I think, and we'd all be like, oh, well, good for them. Glad they had dinner together. But with Marte, it raises the question marks, like you said. Now, like you said, it could have just been where Marte's like, no, I understand. Duh. You know?
And yes, I will be better, and I'll be better in the locker room, and I'll be more of an example.
I mean, if somebody was to walk in here right now and say, Steve, I'm trading you to, Fargo, North Dakota to go do a show up there, and we're getting a guy named Jim in here, I'll be like, well, that sucks. All right. Somebody wants me, I'm going to go do a show there. If I don't like it, then I'll quit. Whatever. And then if it goes, oh, we're doing this, and then it falls apart, and I have to come back in here. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, man, we're sorry about that, whatever. I'm going to be like, no, I'm going to show you guys that I belong to be here. I'm going to fight a little bit. I just feel like there could have been a lot of mea culpa there of, don't be mad at us. Be ready to play.
Yeah, I just hope that I hope the kid gloves are taken off a little bit.
But that's my issue now is, doesn't that show that maybe they're not taken off?
It's showing that we're taking him to dinner and apologizing, if that's all that was said.
Yeah, that's why that statement that we just played alarms me, is because they talked all tough at the end of last year. Oh, Marte's going to improve. We're going to treat Marte this way now. We're going to expect him to be in the game more. And then right off the bat, an apology dinner that made it sound like we had to apologize to Marte for keeping his name out there. And you're like,
do you think that he took a mistake 44 and said, now, if you promise to be a better locker room player, order anything you want. Otherwise, I'm going to apologize, and here's a glass of water.
So that's your Diamondbacks breaking news earlier today. Jeff Passan, other people now. Bob Nightingale, I saw him post about it as well. Corbin Carroll, surgery on his right hand. I did see a couple reports. Nothing. I don't think any of the big guys have said it yet. They might have. We're on air, obviously, and it's a fluid thing. But I saw a couple people say that he took a ball off his hand yesterday, taking batting practice.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, not a big guy, not a big person said that, but I did. I know somebody that was out there yesterday and said he took a ball off his hand, but I've seen nobody else report it. So I want to be careful on that there as well. Jeff Passan says there, by the way, Corbin Carroll, Francisco Lindor, and Jackson Holliday now have the same injury, by the way. All could miss opening day here as well. So it is a hook-shaped bone in the palm just beneath the pinky, which probably tells you it's probably easy to break if you hit it right? 4 to 6 weeks is the recovery time, according to Jeff Passan. Hitters who undergo the surgery to fix it often talk about how their power takes months to return. Oh. Damn.
Did you see Arizona opens the season?
Why?
3 games against the Dodgers, series against the Tigers,
Yeah.
Braves, Phillies, Orioles, Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's their start to their season. Are we going 0 for what, Dale? What are we going for here?
They might be 40 games out by the All-Star break.
Yeah, they have a brutal. They had the same type of schedule last year to start the season.
Oh man!
And they actually came out and kind of won. It kind of surprised everybody and won some games from that perspective. So there you go. I don't even know why we started talking baseball today with all this news out there. It's just terrible news. Now we got to just hope that Corbin. The nice thing is, it happened during spring training. You have the bad news though is just because he's playing come middle of April or something doesn't mean he's going to have his power. How's that going to affect stealing bases? How's that going to affect throwing the ball and things to that effect? Is going to be the interesting thing to watch with that news out there. So there you go. There's your Diamondbacks update here. Is folks, the players don't have to report until Sunday. I do know Perdomo was out there. Marte was out there yesterday. Pavin Smith was taking grounders yesterday as well, obviously.
Do you just send them all
Corbin
home?
was there. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You guys just come back on Sunday. Come back on Sunday when you have to report.
I just saw your tweet, the main event show. Pitchers and catchers report, and an outfielder goes down.
It's just like, what is happening? It's disgusting. Disgusting. Hey, Dale's going to take off a little bit early and do golf like he does here, and I just want to move on to happier things.
Yes.
We'll have the Olympic update coming up for you here in just a little bit, but with Dale here as well, I want to talk a little bit about your sons, Dale.
My sons.
Your sons. Get
By the way,
win
real
last
quick,
night. Yep,
tonight they play a back-to-back, and
day 2 of the back-to-back tonight.
I don't know if you saw this, but Jalen Williams, the Oklahoma City player.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to talk about.
He
Fantastic.
Went to Perry High School.
I saw all the Brad Sesmat was there last night. I saw a couple other media people there last night. They requested 60 spots. Do they make them pay for these spots? Oklahoma City requested 60 spots last night. Do they make them pay to enter? It's like $8.
I bet you they probably didn't require them, but I have a feeling somebody from Oklahoma City
Somebody
slipped
some money on there.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams went to Perry High School.
Yes.
Before the Brock Purdy's and all those guys.
Yeah.
made it famous. Went down there. Wasn't the greatest of basketball players down there. I mean, he. It's funny listening to his coach. I've heard his coach interviewed before this, and his coach was always like, man, he was always like small. Then like the senior year, he shows up and he's like, Coach, I'm taller than you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny
He
little
exploded.
story to do, and the coach loves telling that story. But he wasn't the best of all players at all in high school.
No.
You could see he had talent. You could see he had possibilities. Went to small school on top of it to go to college. Where did he go to college at, Dale?
Fresno State?
Is that what it was? I was
No,
going to say
I
Santa
don't-
Clara. I was going
I
to say
don't know.
Santa Clara.
Oh, you're asking a question you don't know the answer to.
To be honest with you, I just forgot. Yeah. Gosh, what's his name? Who are we talking about? In all actuality, let me look it up here real quick. Santa Clara. Yeah, it was Santa Clara.
Oh, look
Because I
at you.
remember, because I was like, Steve Nash went there.
You surprised yourself.
Yeah, I had it. Well, you made me double check when you said Fresno. I was like, was it? That wasn't up there, was it?
I just
Yeah,
guessed.
Santa Clara. So it wasn't like that stuff. But look, he's made a great, obviously NBA champion, a key member to that Thunder team. Retired his number last night down there in Perry,
Yep.
and the whole team showed up. The whole team, coaching staff, Oklahoma City Thunder. They're obviously in town. That's why they planned it for this time frame. Do it, and that's fantastic. I mean, just what that probably did to just the high schooler kids there as well, because I bet you they got to meet all those guys and everything.
Yeah.
But then when you see professional teams show up at a high school gym just to support their teammate, to me, I think it's a rare thing that happens.
Immediately reminded me of the Phoenix Suns the year that they went to the NBA Finals.
That's what I'm getting at. There's something special about
I mean,
the chemistry.
you remember how in awe we were? You mean Chris Paul and Devin Booker never showed up to a lemonade sale?
Yes.
You just don't hear about that.
No.
And so for everybody to go,
Yeah,
that's
six.
cool.
I think I saw 60 plus spots is what they
Yeah.
had. They had to tell the school that they wanted so they could save them because it sold out last night.
Right.
And so they had to put it all in before. And to take the time out on a road trip, you have an off night, and everything like that. To take the time. No, they're staying in some hotel in downtown Phoenix. Perry's South Chandler, folks. It's not 5 minutes and you're there from Phoenix, where they're probably staying at. It's a good 40-minute drive. 5-minute drive to get down there. You're spending a lot of time down there to deal with this, to support it. And, a lot of guys just won't do that. And this team did it. It was fascinating to watch. It was fun. And watching how tall they are, trying to sit on those. Like, I have a hard time sitting on those benches in some of those high schools.
It's not the most comfortable seat.
And watching them sit on them, I was like, oh, good. I'm not alone.
So you wonder, did they have police escort? They gave up a night in Old Town Scottsdale
what I'm getting at.
unless they went on the way back.
They could. They're NBA players. They go afterwards. Yeah. 8-minute quarters, Dale. Come
Yes.
on. It's not
No
not that
TV
big deal.
timeouts.
Yes. 16. Was that an hour and a half? Basically, you're out of
Yes.
there. But no, I thought that was fantastic of the Thunder
Yeah.
to do that for a local kid. Obviously, Jalen Williams that made it in the pros. He's going to have a long professional career. He's a member of that. He's a key member of that Thunder's organization and squad, and with a bunch of guys that are bigger stars than he is, and he's made a name for himself. That's what impresses you the most.
Yeah.
Because you have Shea, right? Chet, all those guys on that team. He's made a name for himself. Just coming off of his hamstring injury that he had, just started playing again a couple of days ago as well over the Lakers for him. And then, of course, Suns tonight there. Do the Suns do a tribute to him as a local guy? Or
No.
Suns don't care if they're local high school
No.
guys here?
No. Not if you're.
So I thought that was fantastic
Yeah.
last night.
And
then-
Perry did a nice job. Oklahoma City, you got to tip your cap. Everybody's saying they would go.
Yeah, that's what I'm most amazed about.
You know?
I can understand, 10 players from the team show up.
Yeah.
His best friends on the team, 60-plus spots. Folks, there's 12 people on a basketball team.
Yeah.
Coaches, executives,
Front office.
people,
Trainers.
60-plus were going.
Yeah.
Yes. That. You can't get that many people to get together on a normal trip.
No.
Everybody's going.
You can't
We're going
say-
here. I'm going here. These 4 people are going to this club. These 4 people are going to this restaurant. These 6 people are going here.
You can't say, hey, I'm buying dinner at Steak 44 and get all 60
Yeah,
guys.
and some people would be like, I'm not going.
Yeah.
To that. I'm not going to that garbage.
I want Arby's.
Hey, don't knock Arby's. I thought that was fantastic last night for them. While that was happening, the Suns were playing the Mavericks. 120-111 victory for them last night. 2 things. Well, obviously the big thing we got to talk about because the NBA is unwatchable a lot. Did you make it through this whole game last night?
No.
I had to turn it off. I swear to God. I was hearing whistles in my dreams.
Okay.
Stoppage of play in my dreams last night. We'll talk about that in just a minute. The thing on the court, obviously Devin Booker is back 32 minutes. I find that interesting that he played all 32 minutes and did all that work last night because it's a 2-game back-to-back. Got the Thunder tonight on top of it. He's coming off that ankle injury. I was kind of surprised. I thought maybe they might, give him a little bit of a break here at times last night as well. Leading into it, Jalen Green played 20 minutes in his restriction, 12 points for him as well. Dylan Brooks, though, remember we said I want to see Brooks and Green. Booker and Green to kind of take over the ball a little bit in terms of shooting and take it away from Dylan Brooks. Take some of that responsibility off. Let him relax. Yeah, no, 11 of 26 for Dylan Brooks.
1 of 10 from 3 points.
Yeah. And that's the hard part. You don't want to squash. And he got his 15th technical, by the way. 1 more, and he's suspended for a game. But the other thing that was kind of cool to see, Coffee got in the game last night. First game with the Suns in the trades. He's going to stick with the team, it looks like, right?
Yeah, look,
13 minutes last night.
It sounded like he wasn't going to play.
Yeah. Well, no, the other guy is the guy that they're not. He's away from the team. I forgot his name.
Oh, okay.
Coffee was always going to come in. The question was, how's he going to fit in? Is he going to fit in? And he talked about it leading into it, but his first time yesterday, 13 minutes, 6 points for him, 2 for 3 field goal, 1 for 2 from 3-point land for him as well. You don't expect him to get a ton of minutes, but he's going to be a nice relief guy for injuries and give guys rest and stuff. I was impressed with the way he just popped in there last night. It looked like he'd been playing with the team for a long time for his first game, which is exciting to see because a lot of times you integrate somebody new, it's kind of hard to do that. So that's what caught my eye there. Then this game was just flat out unwatchable, not because of the play on the court. It's because there was no flow to this game. We were watching a free throw contest last night. If you missed it, the Mavericks had 44 free throws. Suns had 9. Folks, that was the game. We did. No flow to this game. I've told you guys before on this program, my complaint is they're always blowing the whistle, and the refs got to go over and stand in front of that 1970 Bob Barker microphone. We're going to review this for technical foul, egregious effort. And then they walk off. Then they come back and they talk for 5 minutes. We did find that there was a swing through and a rapid movement, so we're going to change this to a flagrant 1. We're going to move on with our lives. I'll be back in 2 minutes to do this again. It just ruins the flow of the game, ruins how things change. Well, you know what also ruins the flow of the game, Dale?
What's that?
Constant foul calls. 44 of them, if you want to be exact.
That's his 44 free throws.
I'm sorry, that's what I mean. Free throws.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Sorry.
There were more fouls called.
Yeah. You can't get into a rhythm. You can't get into flow. Yet they're leaving the Suns to review fouls being called because Devin Booker didn't even touch the guy, and they call a foul on it, and the refs are all pompous as they walk. Devin Booker's like, didn't even touch him. The ref's just walking by him, going, "You did." And he points at him, gives him the foul, does his hand signals. The ref does, and then the Suns go, "All right, we're going to review that," and then they have to come back, and the ref goes, "Yeah, it turns out Devin Booker didn't do it. He was right. I'm a jackass." I thought it was so cocky that he did it. I mean, you saw how cocky I was when I walked by him. But they're telling me I was wrong, so we have to reverse this. Because I'm a stupid moron referee in the NBA.
Wouldn't that be funny if one time a guy goes, yes, we're going to reverse the call. I apologize for wasting your time.
A baseball umpire did that last year in spring training. Remember how they had the ABS system last year as a test? This year it's going to be permanent.
Okay.
But the umpire, the guy in spring training taps his helmet. The ref goes and reviews it. And he stands there and he goes, "Guess I was wrong. It was a strike. Or it was a ball.
Right.
I apologize." He said something like that. And he turns it off. And everybody just had to laugh about it.
Yeah.
Laugh about it. It's embarrassing. The NBA is embarrassing with these foul stats and everything. There's no fluid to it. It ruins the game. We're going to get Ott's comments on it because Ott is exactly right. He says it better than I say it. But how do you get into a basketball rhythm? How do you get into anything in basketball when the whistles are constantly being blown? You can't.
Right.
You can't get into it. The free throw differential of 35, 44 minus 9 is what, Dale?
35.
35. It's the highest in the NBA game over the last 5 seasons.
Really?
35-plus foul differentials has only happened 7 times in the last 15 years.
Wow.
7 times is too many. You can't tell me the Suns were fouling the Mavericks that much more than the Mavericks were fouling
Certainly
the Suns.
did not look like it.
Right? It's just egregious to watch from that perspective. Ott says it better than I do, so let's listen to Jordan Ott, of course, coach of the Suns, talks about the fouls last night and kind of just what it does to the flow of the game. So let's listen to him.
Yeah, I had to make sure. I mean, we saw it the whole night. Everyone in the arena felt it. I mean, that stoppage of play and then go play against. It's like they're all connected. The game of basketball, you don't get to blow the whistle and sub units out, quite like football or stop plays. It's all connected. So they get downhill. They get to the free throw line. We got to play against a set defense. It makes it harder to score. Then they're able to get in transition, get to the free throw line. It was frustrating for everyone. I don't think anyone that was watching that was probably too happy that they spent the time watching all those whistles. So I don't know. We'll take a look, just like everyone else hopefully does.
I like how Ott handles this. One, he says why it's frustrating. Yeah, the Suns had to go against set defenses because they line up on the foul line. Then they're in a set defense, right? They have time to put stuff together while they're waiting for the free throws to happen and stuff like that. Keep scoring down, which everybody wants to see more scoring on top of it. But then he also, at the end of his conversation, says, we're going to look at it, obviously, and we're going to submit our stuff. But he said everybody needs to be looking at this stuff.
I hope everybody does.
So he's even employing other coaches, other organizations. You guys need to get behind this as well. The squeaky wheel is going to get the grease.
Well, the other
way
thing
to change it is that perspective.
And I don't know if it will ever be changed, but you could tell he's speaking from the winner's locker room. Because it's a little easier to keep your composure and all that when you won the game.
Yes.
If Dallas had come back from the 30-point deficit and
they tried.
Yeah, they did.
They tried.
They made it a game towards the end, but yeah, you're right. 44 to 9 is ridiculous.
It just I turned the game off, and the second I was like, dude, I can't handle this no more. This is not.
Well, I turned it off because of a 30-point lead.
Well, okay, maybe that might.
And then I came back to it.
I was writing an email, dearest, never. I can't write an email when I'm getting angry at the referees.
Yeah, did you go back and make sure you didn't say anything bad?
Yeah. Why is Steve yelling at me that I'm blowing the whistle too much?
Stop blowing the whistle.
I don't even have a whistle. Robert says, I fully expect one of these referees is going to remind everyone to spay and neuter your animals after a review. Because the 70s Bob Barker microphone. That would be
Wow.
great. That would be fantastic. It's an absolute. Every other refereeing group has a microphone on them, to where they just click it and can talk. Why does an NBA ref have to lean onto a table and lean into it?
It's right there where there's on their little 1970s black
That's
and
awesome.
white TV.
Every other league has where they go in the middle of the floor and go, hockey. We got hooking, 72, 2 minutes. I don't know what this is. NFL, holding, 70, Dallas.
Hey!
Again.
Hey!
Will not stop holding out there.
Wow.
See how many people got what I was referring to there. that was Dale's number, folks. So every other team can do it, but not the NBA. They got to lean into it and flex their biceps as they lean into it and talk of that. Tonight, of course, Thunder, last game before the All-Star game. They're off until next Thursday after tonight. So, like I said, just get through tonight's game. I don't care if you win. I don't care if you lose it. Get through the game healthy. Enjoy your All-Star break, everybody.
Yeah.
Come back mentally fresh to make a run for the playoffs, and make this run for the playoffs is what I'm going to expect from the Suns tonight. Win, lose, I don't care. Get blown out by 40, don't care. Sorry if you have tickets and you're going, you want to see a good game. I'm sorry, I just don't care. Just survive the game, get away, refresh your memory for the second half of the season, because they just look tired to me. Even last night, the Mavs were coming back at the end there and everything. And it was just like, man, they just look mentally worn down. Like they need to get away for a little bit. And Brooks is going to get his 16 tech.
Might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah, but the problem is then they start stacking after that.
Yeah.
That could affect things, of course, as you get farther into the season.
So
as well.
after tonight, they'll have played 55 games.
Yes,
That means 65, 75. So they have
Dale's done the math.
so they have 27 games left. So they're 3/4 of the way through the season.
That's what I mean. This is a 20 game blip in your season if you come back mentally recharged and physically recharged. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is every other team's gearing up for the playoffs as well. So it does get tougher as we go through this. But it's not like you're coming back from the All-Star break and you have 40 games to go.
Right. It's not mid-season.
Yes. You're coming back for a quick burst,
To the playoffs.
20-something games to get that 4th, 5th, or 6th seed going into the playoffs coming up here. That is one thing I do like about the NBA. It sucks that the All-Star game is so late, and you're in this position when it's kind of like a late bye week in the NFL. You know, the later it is, it's kind of like, all right, good. We're going to get refreshed here for the playoff run coming up from this side. So I like that as well. ASU last night, Dale, since you're about to take off here, we're going to talk Olympics while you're gone. Bobby Hurley and ASU beat Oklahoma State. Shocking win there by Bobby Hurley.
Shocking?
Well, shocking because those are games they lose in the past. And Oklahoma State's a better team.
Do you think?
Okay, here's my question for you. Last game against Colorado, he ripped the team for rebounding.
Yeah.
Last night, season high, 45 rebounds for this ASU team. One game after he publicly rips them about rebounding. A couple of the players said, hey, I took it personal. I know I had to go out there and rebound. We've seen this before. He's ripped this team publicly, and they've rebounded for one game, and then it fell apart the next game.
Yeah.
So keep your eye on that. But Bobby Hurley sits down. Remember, Bobby Hurley, we showed you the clip, said, there's 7 games left. If we're not rebounding by now, we're not going to do it. Team sucks. He didn't say that, but he implied that the team's terrible at rebounding, and there's no way it can get better. They go out there, season high 45 rebounds last night. Bobby Hurley sits down, first thing out of his mouth. Here's Bobby Hurley after the game yesterday.
Looks like we figured out how to rebound.
No smile.
No. He just sat there and told us last game, these guys don't care. 7 games left, they can't rebound. They're never going to learn to rebound. And they go out there and 45 rebounds
You
later.
would think whether he knew how they would respond or not, you'd think after they responded, he would say, kind of like Jordan Ott. Jordan Ott had a little smile on his face talking about the disparity of fouls, and because they won.
If you're looking at the body language, it's almost like he's like,
I've got to deal with this for 7 more games.
God. Now we learn to rebound? Sheesh. Or was this last game? Like that's how it feels when you watch the body language.
I just don't like the look on his face,
All
the
right.
body language.
See, now you're coming over to my side. Yeah, you could have joked around about it. You could have made a funny joke. Even the media, like if you listen to that closely, and actually there's a clip there that goes a little bit longer, the media's like, like,
Yeah.
like just like unsure if they should laugh or not.
Right.
Like even the media was like, is he going to explode on us if we respond? So 85-76 win last night. Off till Tuesday when they play 16th ranked Texas Tech at home. Coming up here, I'll get into more college basketball stuff as well after this break. Your Super Bowl ratings, lower than normal, but I'll get into that. But the question I got for you before you take off, Washington Commanders head coach Quinn came out and said, Jaden Daniels is going to move more under center moving forward. If you don't know, this is one of the reasons why Cliff Kingsbury is no longer the offensive coordinator there. Philosophical differences in the way the offense was run. You're taking a guy that running football, likes the shotgun. They're going to force him to go under center more. Is this a smart move?
Well, I think that what he's probably looking at, common sense wise, is that he doesn't want Jane Daniels run around like a chicken with his head cut off because he does get hurt.
Yes.
And the
Protect him more?
less you run around, ideally, the less you get hurt.
Yeah.
Now, does Jaden Daniels feel good under center?
That's
Does
the
he
problem.
feel comfortable under
Kyler
center?
Murray's never
You
comfortable
know?
under center. He did not
No.
like turning his back to the defense.
Right. But,
It's a real thing.
And some guys just don't like that. But in theory, it means that you're going to take your 5-step drop, your 7-step drop. You're going to have timing routes. You're going to throw the ball, and you're not going to be scrambling as much.
Jaden Daniels has only thrown or attempted 18 passes from under center in his first 2 years in the league. Now, he was injured a lot last year.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel like he's an under center quarterback. And he wasn't that way at LSU. He wasn't that way here at ASU. Forcing a guy, this is what's going to be fascinating. That's why he got rid of Cliff Kingsbury. David Blau is the new offense coordinator. But it's because he wants a different, more prototypical offense for this guy. And I just wonder if putting a, round
A square peg in a
peg
round
into
hole.
a round hole is the smartest thing to do.
That's going to be fascinating.
That's why I wanted to ask you about that. So when I come back, I'll get into the Super Bowl ratings, Olympic updates as well. I'll talk about the college basketball slate here for the rest of the week with ASU playing last night. Beat Oklahoma State there, women's, GCU tonight. Arizona's off until Saturday, but big matchup against Texas Tech. So we'll talk about that. Olympics watch as well. Dale, go hit them straight, hit them long. Go win someone. Go get those old guys money. Go beat those old guys money.
I am one of the old guys.
Go steal make sure they're eating Spam for the rest of the day because they can't afford it when you take all that money. Come on back, folks. They'll be back tomorrow. Come on back, folks. We'll keep it rolling here. The main event. And we're back here, main event. Dale taking off. He's going to go play some golf here today in his men's club. I got you to the rest of the show here. And look, Dale, He's still upset about the curling silver medal yesterday, and just gets a little choked up when we talk Olympics out there. So trust me, nobody wants to see him tearing up and getting all slobbery and stuff like that. He's so affected. But if you missed the news earlier today and haven't been around social media, Corbin Carroll's out for a little while. We don't know how long. Broken bone in his hand. Surgery today for him. Jeff Passan was saying it's a 4 to 6 week recovery. Jeff Passan was saying that on Twitter that guys that have had this surgery before and had this issue before, power's an issue when you come back. And it takes a while to recover from this type of an injury in terms of your power and other things you have to deal with out there as well. So an outfielder down. Pitchers and catchers report. The fielding guys aren't even necessary to report until Sunday. And already dealing with an outfielder down. Yeah, so depressing. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Even though that's what we do, right? We talked about Arizona State last night. Of course, winning against Oklahoma State as well. Suns and Thunders tonight, by the way. Don't forget, here at home, 7 p.m. a tip-off for that game. Last game before the All-Star break. They don't play again until next Thursday. Of course, All-Star breaks this weekend. Then they're off until next Thursday where they have the Spurs in San Antonio. That's not going to be an easy game. The Spurs are really, really good out here in the West. So off tonight and then off till next Thursday for the Suns. ASU, of course, played last night against Oklahoma State. And I say it was an upset because it was. Oklahoma State is better than them in the standings, and they're 4-7 now. 16-8 overall for Oklahoma State. So a lot of people view it as an upset win there. I mean, Oklahoma State's one of those teams, like Colorado, like UCF, like Kansas State, like Cincinnati, like TCU, that Arizona State is probably good competition with them. They can win or they can lose against them. Those aren't the top tier guys. Then if you get up to the BYU, Texas Tech, Iowa States, Kansas, Houston, Arizona, Arizona State doesn't have a chance really to compete in those games, although they did compete technically twice against Arizona. So it's just one of those teams. They got the win done yesterday. It's not going to lead to anything, right? 4-7 in the conference now. 4-8 in the conference now. Arizona State is 13-12 overall record for ASU moving forward. ASU women play tonight here at home over at the bank as well. Today, 6:30 p.m., Utah comes to town there for the women's program. Right now, just to refresh it, Arizona State 6-6 in conference play, 19-6 overall for Molly Miller and her squad. They're coming off a loss last week to they barely lost to them. Wasn't it Baylor? It was Baylor, 67-64 loss for them as well. So they are kind of just in the bottom of the just below the middle here, I guess I would say, in terms of the ranking for the women's here with this conference. No shocker here. Baylor, Texas Tech, West Virginia, all 10-2 or 10-3, depending on how many they played there at that level. TCU, Oklahoma State. Well, TCU has 9 wins. Oklahoma State has 8 in the conference. And then everybody else is kind of like bundled together. Colorado, Utah, Iowa State, Kansas State all have 7 wins in the conference. Arizona State, BYU, and Arizona State, BYU have 6. Kansas has 5, and then you get down to the 4-2, and then Houston 1 on the women's side of things so far. Arizona's men's basketball is off until Saturday. That's when they play 16th ranked as of now. Texas Tech as well. On Saturday is when they play that game there. And that's going to be a heck of a matchup here. How does Arizona rebound? I did like Tommy Lloyd's comments right after the game. And even in his press conference here, I saw some stuff from him yesterday. It was Monday no, it had to have been yesterday because the game was Monday night. Where he flat out said he almost basically said, I'm glad for we lost. Because it means we have to work harder now to come back from this and go. Watching Arizona rebound from, no pun intended, from that loss in Kansas is going to be fun to watch. I think they're going to do it. I think Texas Tech is up for an uphill battle in this game down in Tucson this Saturday. So something to watch here coming up from that side. And then we go across town here to Phoenix. GCU, they had a bad loss against UNLV. That is a game they needed to win. By bad loss, it just means UNLV and GCU are probably similar in terms of talent and stuff like that. GCU went up to Las Vegas and lost that game barely. 80-78 is what the final was. That was a game that they needed because the GCU's beaten the top tier teams in their conference here, the Mountain West. And they got to beat these individual teams as well. UNLV. That means their margin for victory to compete for a Mountain West championship is very slim now going forward. But UNLV, I'm sorry, not UNLV, GCU. Well, they got one of the good teams in the Mountain West here tonight. 6 p.m. a tip-off here from Phoenix there over the GCU Arena. New Mexico, the Lobos coming to town for that as well. Going to be a fantastic game tonight. New Mexico is currently third right now in the Mountain West. They're 9-4 in the conference. GCU, by the way, 8-4. Big, huge game. Winner of this game setting themselves up to, like I said, stay alive here for a Mountain West outright championship going into the tournament. Utah State and San Diego State. Utah State has 12 wins. San Diego State has 11. Then that's where you get the 9 wins of New Mexico and Nevada before GCU there at 8. Then you got UNLV, Boise State, and everybody else below that. So big game over in Phoenix tonight for GCU. In terms of college basketball, this is the time of year that I like to call, right? Tournaments coming up. You have the conference tournaments coming up. You have the NCAA tournament coming up, and you start seeing some big schools lose to some unranked opponents out there. It just happens this time of year. Last night was one of those nights. TCU beat number 5 Iowa State last night, 62-55. 13th ranked Purdue. Well, they didn't beat an unbeaten, but they did beat a team ranked higher than them. Or excuse me, they didn't beat a non-ranked. But 13th ranked Purdue did beat 7th ranked Nebraska 80-77 in overtime. Wisconsin, unranked, did come back and beat number 8 Illinois 92-90 in overtime, and the Illinois coach was not happy with the officiating. He went on for a good 2 minutes in his press conference complaining about the refereeing, 10 seconds not being called, bringing the ball up from the court. That one was obvious. And then, some overtime calls that were made or not made in a couple instances. He spent a good chunk of his press conference talking about those officials there as Illinois does go down to Wisconsin. And then Miami beat number 11 North Carolina last night, 75-66. So North Carolina follows up that big last-second win against Duke with that three-pointer from the corner. Follow that up with the loss to Miami, unranked Miami as well. So we're starting to see some ranked teams lose to some unranked teams coming up here as well. It just happens this time of year leading into the conference tournaments. This is the part of the college basketball year that I love the most. You start seeing teams falter a little bit. 4 last night go down. The other night, we saw a couple more go down in that. You're going to see more and more of it here as we get closer. Teams are tired. Teams have injuries. It's going to be fun to deal with as well. Really quick, it's breaking before I get into my Olympic update to wrap up the show. Don't forget, text us, 623-252-6670. Somebody just texted in on the phone number. They haven't named themselves yet, but on the phone number. And they tend to agree with us. It actually says, hey, Bruce, well, let me make sure I read this properly. Yeah, Bruce Cooper can't be more wrong. Bobby Hurley needs to go. I think Bruce Cooper, he comes in on Friday this week, by the way, guys. He was comes in on Tuesdays, but he had to move it. Had something with St. Vincent de Paul they asked him to do yesterday. And obviously, the charities and that mission there is way more important than talking sports here. So he's going to come in on Friday instead with us here. But yeah, I think Bruce, if I remember correctly, did come around though, and he does agree that Bobby Hurley's time is done. He likes him. Never thought before it should be time for him to go, but I believe he's on our bandwagon now to ensure that Bobby Hurley is no longer coaching this team. I think Bobby Hurley knows it as well. As I said before, he's either been told he's not coming back, or there was metrics put up at the beginning of the season that he has to get to and has to complete in order to have a job after this season. And he hasn't hit those metrics. So it might just be as simple as that, where he knows his time's coming up because of the metric. The metrics haven't been hit as well. So appreciate you texting us, 623-252-6670. Whenever you're listening to us, either live, on demand here at Robat TV, on demand on the YouTube podcast system, replay system for our production company. Of course, if you're catching us on the free podcast system as well, we have multiple ways for you to watch us out there. Here, Later on today at 11 o'clock, we have McCollum on Business coming up as well. A Wednesday business show. Then today, the debut of the 2026 season of the Pit Stop coming up. It's a show we're going to kind of rehash what happened over the offseason of NASCAR. Daytona 500s this weekend. Cars on the track today for meaningful racing, qualifying, practices, etc. Start today for the Daytona 500. And it's going to continue on here through the rest of the week. Truck Series. The O'Reilly Series takes over for the Xfinity Series. Same series, just different name. Then the Cup Series as well for Daytona. So Pit Stop debut for the 2026 season. It's going to be NASCAR heavy. IndyCar doesn't get any underway until March 1st. Then, of course, F1 after that. So debut today on demand, Robat TV. It will be on the YouTube page as well. It does have its own podcast, The Pit Stop Talk. Either search that on X. You can find us, follow us on the social media, or, of course, also podcast system at The Pit Stop Talk on your favorite podcast system. Get involved with that as well for you race fans. And if not, if you can at least like and subscribe to it, the YouTube page or the podcast, just help us out. Get it out there for people. We don't do enough promotion of that because majority of our audience is here at Robat TV. We need to push it out a little bit more and find that additional audience out there that's looking for quality content there. Breaking right now before we get to the Olympics, the NBA suspensions for that Pistons-Hornet fight the other day is officially out now. Shams is reporting this. Isaiah Stewart, he came off the bench there, right, and reignited that fight. 7-game suspension for him. Miles Bridges is 4 games. Diabate has 4 games suspension for him, and then Jalen Duran 2 games for his actions in that fight as well. So there you go. 4 players suspended, multiple games there for them as well. Go team. Go Pistons. Of course, Hornets as well. The sad thing is Hornets are playing really well right now, too, and now they're losing guys due to this fight as well. So, all right, Olympic update. Today's schedule before we get into what happened before. I've got to get you updated on today's schedule because we have a full schedule ahead of us. Most importantly, what I'm excited about, men's hockey gets underway today. Now, not the U.S. They do not play today at all. Let's see here. They play tomorrow, men's hockey, Thursday, by the way. Slovakia and Finland play today. It's actually going on right now. And all these stream live on Peacock, on NBC and stuff. They pick them up throughout the day. But Peacock, everything streams throughout the day. You got a lot of men's curling today. You've got, as I said, Sweden and Italy play in terms of hockey as well. 1:10 p.m. our time here. Sweden and Italy play for hockey. You got the luge, women's doubles, and men's doubles running today. The luge, snowboarding, the half-pipe qualification runs happen. Freestyle skiing as well. Men's and women's half-pipe, by the way. Nordic combined, the normal hill ski jump. You know, just the normal hill, not the spectacular hill run. That's later on as well. But U.S. men's plays Czechia today in curling. 11:05 p.m. As well for that. Earlier today that happened, figure skating, speed skating, as I said, biathlon, women's 15K individual. So all that happening here today on Wednesday here of the Olympics. So today you get, you saw the debut, right? If you watched the half pipe, Chloe Kim, who's the overwhelming favorite to win the gold in that, out there and looked good yesterday in her training runs and what she did out there. So we get to see them as well. But men's curling, men's hockey starts today as well. Look, the two Corys, right? The mixed doubles curling yesterday got to the gold medal round and lost and got silver. There's no shame in that because the other team just hit some amazing shots to beat them. Yes, mistakes were made, but mistakes were made by both teams. Able to overcome it, but silver medal for that fun story as well yesterday. That we were watching them go out there. Couple first happened yesterday in terms of Olympics yesterday. This is what makes the Olympics so much fun if you think about this. First of all, for the first time ever at the Winter Olympics, first time ever, how many Winter Olympics have there been? Team USA won 5 medals in 5 different sports. First time that's ever happened. Well, at least on the same day, first time it's ever happened. So 3 silvers. That was the curling, free skiing, cross-country skiing. We'll talk about the cross-country skiing silver in just a minute. And then 2 bronzes, luge and alpine skiing. were won yesterday. So 5 medals, 5 different events in the same day. Never happened before for Team USA for the winter ratings from that side. Other fun things that happened yesterday, if you missed this, you kind of saw it. He was sprinting to the end there. The guy that won the gold medal in this was kind of taking his sweet time. I was watching him, to make sure he's not going to get past at the end there. But Ben Ogden, silver medal in Tuesday's Sprint Classic there in the cross-country skiing. Why is this important that he won a silver? First of all, you won a silver. Fantastic. But it's also important because he's the first American man in 50 years to win an Olympic medal in cross-country skiing. Not win a silver, not finish better than bronze, to win a medal, 50 years cross-country skiing, he's the first one. Bill Koch, by the way, back in 1976 won a silver medal as well. He's the only other person to win a medal in cross-country skiing. 1976, he won the silver as well. We don't win medals in cross-country skiing. Now we've got our second one as well for that. So the guy that finished gold, by the way, is a Norway guy. Norway dominates these events. They're born with skis on their legs and everything, and they just dominate them. But he's won 2 golds at these games, 7 in his career as well. He's one shy of the record in terms of gold medals for him as well. He's got 4 events left. He's only 29 years old. Yeah. That's the guy who won the gold medal there. Just dominating as well. So, we had some issues here. The Americans did, in things like the slalom out there. That was out there. The team combined slaloms, I guess is what that event is called. Michaela Schifrin's been struggling out there. Her and Breezy Johnson finished 1 spot off the podium, so 4th place, out there as well. And it's been a struggle there in some of those ski things. That you had some high hopes for some of these skiers out there as well. So the interesting thing about Schifrin is here, all-time great skier that struggles at the Olympics. It's a fascinating thing to look at and to watch that happens. I don't know. I'm not into that, sports psychology, et cetera. I don't understand how that happens. But it is interesting how everywhere else dominates. It gets to the Olympics and struggles out there. She's 0 for 6 in Beijing, and obviously now 0 for 1 in Milan as well. But she dominated what they call the World Cup circuit, between the 2 Olympics. Just, isn't that fascinating? I'm not knocking her at all. Heck, she made the Olympics still, but fascinating how just sometimes you get those mental blocks. And the more you struggle in the Olympics, the more harder it is to snap out of it, right? You keep pressing harder and harder as well. She does have 2 events left over there in Milan, the slalom and the giant slalom as well, to try to end that Olympic drought that she is currently in there as well. Women's hockey yesterday, they've been dominating everybody they play. I think they've given up 1 goal all in their 3 games. I think it's 3 games, 3 or 4 games, 1 goal. But then yesterday, why that 5-0 victory was so special was it was over Canada. Yeah. The U.S. dominated Canada yesterday in women's hockey as well. 5-0. Number 1 seed in the knockouts the U.S. women's team now has as well. They have Italy in the quarterfinals coming up here for the U.S. team. They're the favorites to win this. They're dominating everybody. Had to see if that momentum continues for the U.S. women's hockey team as well. So Canada, 5 gold medalists. There's only been 7 such Olympic tournaments for women's hockey. They won 5 gold medals out of the 7. They're 37-3 in the Olympics. Canada is. Never been shut out in the Olympics either, or anywhere basically, but never been shut out. That's how big of a dominating victory that was for the U.S. women's hockey team yesterday as well. And by the way, the U.S. has now won 7 straight games against Canada in the women's hockey overall moving forward for them. So women's hockey is on a roll right now. Men's hockey is getting underway. U.S. plays tomorrow, or late tonight, I guess we should say, right? But we'll see it tomorrow if you watch the tape delay coming up as well. Ashley, I'm going to screw up this name, Farquharson. Yeah, she ended up getting a bronze medal in singles luge yesterday. Why is that important? Well, only in 2014, Erin Hamlin in 2014, they're the only American women to medal in this luge sport, single luge. This sport is dominated by Germany for some reason. Why, I don't know. Germany dominates the single luge in women's. So we got a bronze medal yesterday. The emotion of her when she got to the bottom and was able to get into that that bronze medal was kind of fun to watch as well. But look, it's a sport that we do not, same thing like the cross country. We just don't win medals in that very often. Boom, got one yesterday as well. So interesting. How dominant is Germany in the luge? I found this little tidbit from Yahoo here as well. No country has won a higher percentage of Winter Olympic medals in any one sport than Germany has in the luge. 89 of 163 medals all time in the luge have gone to Germany. That's 55%. The women's single, that's overall luge. The women's single specifically that Ashley got the bronze medal in yesterday. The women's single, they're even more dominant at that level. They've won 36 of 51 medals in the singles luge. That's 71% as well. 13 of 17 golds, even better philosophy there for the gold medals as well. That includes this year's numbers. That's how dominant Germany is in the luge, and we were able to sneak in there. And Ashley Farquharson there was able to claim bronze yesterday for that as well. So, slopestyle gold medalist Alex Hall, well, he did not win the gold yesterday. Ended up getting silver there as well. I already told you about the two Corys, as I like to call them, Corey Dropkin and Corey Theasi. They lost that curling match, kind of a heartbreaker fashion, of course, to take silver against Sweden. Sweden ended up getting the gold there as well. And then our buddy in ice skating, I guess is what he's in, Ilya Malonin. Yeah, he landed another backflip in the short program there. So he's going to enter Friday's free skate final in first place. He's the overwhelming favorite to win it. I feel like I feel like he's bored out there and he shows off a little too much. I don't really care. I'm not knocking him for that. I just feel like if he's going to lose, it's going to be because he's like gets bored and tries something and then doesn't get it done right and falls or something. And that's what I sit there and watch from that side there. But he had another backflip yesterday that he just keeps competing on and doing all that stuff out there. So there's your update on the Olympics. There is a medal update for you, Kobe, if you throw up that graphic here as we wrap up here on this Wednesday. Yeah, Norway has 12 total, 6 gold, 2 silvers, 4 bronze. Switzerland's next up with 7. Norway, by the way, dominates in these events at the beginning of the Olympics. They'll settle down here as it goes on. These cross countries, these skiing things, they're up there. Switzerland there has 7 total. Germany has 6. We told you Germany is dominant in some of these events, like the luge, for instance, and things to that effect there. Germany has 3 golds, 2 silvers, 1 bronze. As of right now, Sweden has 6 as well, same number as Germany in terms of the breakdown. The United States there jumped up to 8. They only had 2 or 4 going into yesterday, right? 6 now. 3 gold, 2 bronze. I apologize. 2 gold, 4 silvers, 2 bronze there for the United States for their 8 medals out there as well. Then you got Austria with 5, Italy with 11, and they have a lot of medals, but 7 bronze medals here, right? Only 2 gold and only 2 silver for them as well. Japan has 8 total with 2 gold, 2 silvers, and 4 bronze. And then France, only 3. 1 gold, 2 silvers, no bronze there for France here going into this tournament here in Milan as well. So 3 total for them. So they're kind of way back, right? The closest one to them is Austria with 5. And Austria has no bronze either. So you got to add up those totals there. So there's your medal count going into Wednesday's action as well. Men's hockey gets underway today. U.S. doesn't play until tomorrow coming up here. I think they got Latvia, right, in their first opponent out there. So have fun with the Olympics, man. I can't get enough of it. I will say this. I was typing up the drones a lot about how it just kind of shows how fast they're going and things. Now I feel like they're going to it too much on the drone side. I know I'm changing my perspective on it, but a little less drones now, unless it's a new sport you're showing us. But other than that, I've enjoyed the coverage, and Olympics have been fun to watch out there, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Of course, McCollum on Business coming up at 11. Pit Stop will be up by 2 p.m. today here on demand here at Robat TV and then on our YouTube page as well in the podcast system. So stay tuned for that coming up. Check it out. Follow it. Subscribe to it for us. It would help us out. And, of course, McCollum on Business coming up at 11, folks. For Dale, who took off to go play some golf and, beat some old guys at the men's club. We'll be back tomorrow as well. We got Uncle Lou coming in tomorrow. Of course, Bruce Cooper on Friday this week, folks. Coming in on Friday instead. So looking forward to the next couple days. We'll see you then, everybody. Have a great rest of your Wednesday afternoon.